fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First carry for Nick Chubb, and not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Joby on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
When you run into slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And his kick is indeed good, and the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started.
They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Here we go, 50, 50, Mike 50. Hey, we're 33. Go. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. They give him 7 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Let's go, baby. Check 13.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And they have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Mike, 55. Hey, 55. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Mayfield to throw it. They set up the screen to Chubb. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Nick Chubb. A gain of 11 makes it 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and 1, here's Mayfield. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And this run here early on, it doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Well, partner, this drive has been a model of efficiency. They've done everything they've wanted to. And the defensive guys, they've got to be getting frustrated. They can't figure out how to get off the field.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
He's crossing. He's checking crack. Hey, alert, 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 alert. 52's the mark, boy, 52. Let's go, T.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. Drive number 2 leads him right down the field and into the end zone.
So obviously his confidence was never lost, and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive, they've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
And the Steelers.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Sheldon Richardson there to make the play.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked.
The second down pass intercepted. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 now. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Score Browns 7, Steelers 3.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Nick Chubb, the ball.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many syllables.
Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski.
23-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
but they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Chubb takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Number 24, Nick Chubb.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Escaping the pressure right. He finds Beckham complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down, Cleveland, Mayfield to Beckham.
1st and 10
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Bang, 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 bang.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Over the middle to Beckham. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40-yard line. Handoff comes to Chubb, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Second and 11 at the 41. They toss it left side to Chubb. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Again, the ball carrier.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
Browns on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Throwing, Mayfield. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will knot us up at 10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Chase Claypool, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They run. Devontae Freeman. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Steelers send out their punter now. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
At their own 24.
The Browns drive about to get started. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Mike 55. Mike 55. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Hey, alert, 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 alert. 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Blue dead. Mike 55. Hurry, hurry. Hey. Mike 55. Check. 55.
From the gun, Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
52, Mike 52. I got it. Point it right, point it right. Check. Run. Pistol.
Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
You can easily see the logic. It's a tie game. They just wanted to press it a little bit right before the half, hoping to get one more score.
Now, easy to second-guess the result, but now you have to think after that interception, just a field goal, and they're behind at the break.
Yeah, I think at the half, the head coach just says, look, that's on me. I wanted to press it, but it's because I believe in you guys.
And that is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. But it'll be second down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now, despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now second and 13. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw again. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line.
A 10-yard loss on the play. And it's fourth down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taking it about the 1. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Second and 8.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Returnable for Grant. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
He's brought down at the 30.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
There's a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
They'll run on first down. Freeman. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
3rd and 11. And some extra depth to the secondary here. They're in the dime. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion. Force an incompletion and force another punt.
Here comes Grant on the return. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, they've had success getting the ball to him out of the backfield, but this time they had a man right on him. He was able to break that play up before he could get started.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. A 1st down throw for Mayfield. Now they go screen. It's complete. Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 32-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Browns on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's got this one completed to Mims. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. First time they've looked his way in this game, he comes through picking up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Mayfield's pass.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
The Browns on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Mayfield. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
And again, it's Chubb. And maybe shades in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14.
2 yards.
Let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Mayfield looks to throw. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Now he's forced out left. And he lost the football. And I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
Real. Hey, Mike 52. Hey, come on.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard. Brings up
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
Number 24.
And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Mayfield. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Nick Chubb stops short. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial... And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run it again with Chubb. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
No, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this one home. You talk about celebrating with each other and being in a position where going forward, all you think about is, let's get 5 next time. They're going to be on the hunt.
So for Cleveland, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.